Hello, Patrice. I've got your ad up and we're going to talk about it, but I want to talk about your writing first because there's a few relevant comments here I'd like to address. First, I'm fully using Illustrator. That's awesome. When I went to create this ad, I realized I could have been maybe chosen a better background. And this is fantastic right here because you're saying basically what you're telling me with this comment is that you've learned and that you know what to look for the next time around. And that's fantastic. That's all in the name of learning. I love it. So they're not used to go together. I've got some definite comments in that regard. So we'll take a look at all of that in 1 second. I want to end my ad to be simple for sure. I didn't feel I achieved that, but I definitely would love to hear feedback. Yep, definitely. I was thinking maybe adding more text to explain. I'll talk about that as well. JPEG color didn't transfer well. That's okay. That's kind of common. You can try a PDF. Submitting a PDF, sometimes you get better results there, sometimes you don't. So it's really tough. It's the way that the LMS renders the work. So it compresses it, so that's okay. It's never going to look as good as the native file when you place it in line here. So try a high quality PDF next time and see if you like the results better in that regard. Okay, I've got this ad up. It doesn't quite fit in the window, so I opened it up over here so it fits in the window. So this is great. We'll just take a look at this right here. So I think it's pretty good. Now, there's a couple of things we want to keep in mind. Right now, the ad is not, it's definitely not 8.5 by 11. This is definitely a different, it looks way taller than 8.5 by 11. So that ratio is off. You definitely want to check that. As far as the way the ad reads and the way the ad goes, I think there's a lot of separate elements that are combined into one composition. And basically, that's what a composition is. But the way we combine those should point to harmony and visual comfort. And right now, we're not quite there. And the reason being is because there's too many components going on. Okay, watch my cursor. This is where the viewer's eye would go. We'd start with the image, right? So we start here somewhere, then we go up here, we come down here, come over here, jump back over here, come down here, jump over here, come down here, back to the image, probably back up to the girl. So there's a lot of this stuff. Whoops, sorry. Watch my cursor. There's a lot of this as the eye path travels. See all those jagged movements? We don't want that. We want a nice, even flow through the ad. That's why I recommend the setup that is shown in all of the examples in the course announcements, where we actually just place type right over the image itself. So I'll be honest with you, okay? I think you're showing excellent proficiency in the techniques. So reassembling the ad is not going to take you long at all. My recommendation is to do that. The background image is really damaged. It's super blurry. I can see it from here. I don't even have to zoom in. I can see it from here. It's really blurry. My recommendation is to find a more crisp, clear background image. She is kind of up in the middle of nowhere up here, and you can clearly see the reason that bar is underneath her is to prevent the viewer from seeing the fact that she's cropped right there. I think a better option there might be to place her down here or somewhere, or even use now that you know the destination of the cropped image, you might be able to select a more effective cropped image along with your background image. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is all of these little sections here are, this is in the box, this is in a box. We want to get those out of a box. Well, we want this general format: headline, subhead, paragraph of body copy, contact information, masked image, logo. Okay, so let's get everything out of boxes and just create a paragraph of informational text to summarize all of this information instead of presenting it in these kind of varied presentations here. Okay, at that point, what you want to do is the logo is great right where it's at. I'm not so sure about spanning the bottom. I would use that treatment where the contact information is stacked. I place it right over there, move that whole thing down to the bottom. See how that looks and feels. If you feel the bottom is too cluttered for that type, you can always span the top of the composition with your address and contact information. Right now, I think the headline's up way too far up in the corner. I would say something like this for the headline. And again, try headline, subhead, paragraph of body copy. That would be headline in Arial bold, subhead in Arial bold italic, body copy in regular Arial. I know I've thrown a lot at you in just a short period of time, but if you have to watch this video 2 or 3 times, please do so. But I recommend those changes be reflected in your final submission coming up very quickly here. If you want to go ahead and work on this composition and your next iteration, if you want to let me see it, I'll be glad to make more comments. But as I said, I would like to see those changes reflected in your final submission. And don't forget, you're going to be basing your banner ad on the finalized magazine ad. So the reason I say that is because you might consider working quickly here to get the magazine finalized so we can use it as a basis for the banner ad. All right, fantastic, great start. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, any of the above, Patty? I'm sorry, Patrice, I'm more than happy to accommodate in that regard. So just please let me know if there's anything I can do to assist you in finishing the magazine ad. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much.